What's up? It's your boy Heaven Hollywood for the IE Network, and this is a special report for the Benchwarmers Podcast. Well, it didn't take long, and just like that, James Harden is now a member of the Brooklyn Nets. And let me tell you what went down and how it went down. The Rockets have sent James Harden to the Nets in a blockbuster 4-team trade that also involves the Indiana Pacers and the Cleveland Cavaliers. And this was, of course, is going to make Harden very happy, who stated last night he loved the city, but he did all he could do for the city, and he doesn't believe this can be fixed. And the Houston Rockets said at that point, after hearing that and hearing all of the comments of the unhappy people in that locker room, they stated that James Harden would never play for the Houston Rockets again. And they made it happen. ESPN reports the Nets sent Houston a package that includes multiple players and draft picks and features Caris LeVert, guard, who was then traded to the Pacers for Victor Oladipo. Wow. Center Jarrett Allen and forward Taurean Prince are headed from the Nets to the Cavaliers. In the deal, sources told ESPN, while the Rockets received Cleveland guard Dante Exum and Brooklyn forward Rodion Kurucs. Houston also received Brooklyn's 3 unprotected, irrelevant picks, as I always call them, first-round draft picks, 2022, 2024, and 2026. In the deal, plus pick swaps, in 2021, 23, 25, and 2027. Sources told ESPN the Rockets also get Cleveland's 2022 first-round pick via the Milwaukee Bucks and a future second-round pick from the Pacers. Brooklyn also gets a 2022 second-round pick from the Cavs. The Nets have 3 open roster spots to fill out now that their bench have cleared out their bench. A $5.7 million tax mid-level, the minimum exemption, and likely a $5.7 million disabled player exemption. This, of course, reunites Harden with his second original teammate, Kevin Durant. Tried it with Westbrook, his so-called good friend, didn't work. Now he's back with Kevin Durant, I guess his second good friend. And I'm here to tell you, this will not work. Let me tell you what the Brooklyn Nets have now done. They've now disrupted the chemistry, which is already disrupted because of Kyrie Irving. Okay? Now they bring yet another ball stopper to the team, James Harden. And now you are going to they got rid of one of their most solid players, Caris LeVert. Okay? And now you're going to have to appease Harden, who shoots the ball 20 times a night. You got Kyrie Irving, who stated that him and Kevin Durant are the only 2 people that he trusts that can hit big shots in big moments. And then, of course, you got KD, headed by head coach Steve Nash, who Kyrie Irving stated they didn't even need. Doing too much. The Nets were perfect. Matter of fact, I believed even if Kyrie Irving did not play the rest of the year, I still thought with the roster the Nets had and with Kevin Durant would probably be enough to get out of the East if Kevin Durant continues to play the way he's playing right now. Now you bring Harden in, and I am sure they did not discuss this with Kyrie Irving. because he has not been there. I'm sure they brought it up to Durant, and KD probably said, hey, James is my friend there. He's the winner, this, that, and the other. If all we got to really give up is Calvin LeVert and a couple of bench players, yeah, let's do it. Kyrie Irving is over there, and we basically do not know when he will return. I guess whenever Kyrie decides he wants to come back, he'll come back. Then we're going to have Kyrie Irving, James Harden, and Kevin Durant. James Harden plays with the ball. He does not play well without the ball. They brought in a point guard before, which was Chris Paul. And to me, that was that was Houston Rockets' best chance to win a championship that year. And they should have gotten to the Western Conference Finals, beating Durant and Golden State. But James Harden, once Chris Paul went down, refused to get it done game 6 and 7. Had a chance to beat the Warriors, and he couldn't get it done. Now they brought in Westbrook, who was his good friend, and Westbrook, after 1 year, hot-tailed it out of Houston. Couldn't play with James Harden. Couldn't play the style they were playing. And now you're going to bring James Harden over to the Brooklyn Nets, who were looking good, had chemistry, and now you're going to build another super team. And you think it's going to work? Let me tell you something. It's not. I know people are going to say, well, Heaven, what about Golden State? It worked with them. They had Steph, Clay, and Kevin Durant. But the one thing about that is Kevin Durant had never really been an alpha. Steph Curry is a beta masquerading as an alpha. And Klay Thompson is also not an alpha. The alpha on that team was Draymond Green. Now, after Kevin spent the 3 years in Golden State, his attitude has now totally changed when now he takes on that alpha personality. I believe that getting into that fight or altercation with Draymond Green really changed Kevin Durant. He now has this alpha mentality. Kyrie Irving's an alpha if he's going to be there. And James Harden thinks he's an alpha. He's an alpha when it comes to demanding the ball, but he's no leader. Kyrie Irving's no leader. And Kevin Durant, was he the leader of Golden State? I wouldn't say that. And you're going to put these guys on a team where they don't even respect the head coach, where one of the key players, Kyrie Irving, said, we don't even need a coach. And you're going to bring James Harden to that team. I guess Russell Westbrook sitting around saying, well, damn. If I knew y'all was going to trade James Harden, I would have stayed here. The Houston Rockets are a mess. They did not get the deal that I would have done. I would have said, send me Jared Allen, send me Calvin LeVert, and send me Dinwiddie. Then maybe we can talk. You would have had to come up off of LeVert and Allen. They had to be coming to my team if I'm the Rockets. Forget picks. Forget picks. You got to win right now. And you're bringing in picks for up to 2027. We've already seen how that works. How many of these teams have won championships from their draft picks? Only really the Golden State Warriors. And they only won one with the team that they drafted. It took KD to come seal down the other two. We will see what happens, but I'm telling you right now, this will not work, and you can take it to the bank. It's Heaven Hollywood for the Benchwarmers Podcast. Like, comment, subscribe, and share it with your friends.